guys, I'm Kilimanjaro 808. Before I go to sleep, we're going to do a little review on the A&K SPR MOD 1 or SPC MOD 1, whatever you prefer to call it. So, bought this gun off Craigslist for $80. I did add the suppressor, as you can see. So we'll start with the view of the gun, and we can talk a little story on how I got it and things like that. Yeah, pretty much good. It's the stock, it's 6 position, it's collapsible, it's a clean stock. This is where your battery goes. Doesn't take much to get it off, or so I thought. Inside, you will have a little mini connector. It's wired to the buffer tube. Buffer tube is steel. Stock goes on like this. You're good to go. I prefer to have it right around here. It's most comfortable for me. Not sure if the camera is really getting that. So moving on to the receiver, it's constructed of aluminum. Got a dummy metal bolt catch, fire selector switch, charging handle, dust cover, port assist are all made of metal, as well as the mag release, trigger guard, which does not wobble, very stiff, trigger, nice solid plastic pistol grip, and you have a heat sink motor plate. Shell deflector is also metal. Dust cover, fake bolt is metal. Underneath you will have a metal hop up. Okay, got a nice long top rail. Any optic you want. Magnifier, EOTech ACOG or whatever of your choice. And I don't know if the camera can get this, but there's actually numbers laser engraved onto the top. You also have 3 rails in the front of the handguard, which is also metal, believe it or not. The handguard is made of metal. That surprised me the first time I picked up this weapon. So they're not big. I mean, they're not long. They don't have to be. So you can put like a laser or a flashlight on one side and a foregrip or something at the bottom, or just a bipod. Got the front sight, which is metal, and it's a foldable front sight. I actually had to buy this. It didn't come with this front sight. Came with the M4 QD suppressor, but didn't have the front sight, so I had to go out and buy this. I believe this is a high-end flip-up front sight. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a PRI or King Arms. It's pretty well constructed. It doesn't wobble around like some of the cheaper brands. Quite stiff. And I like the sight picture on this. Okay, we have the outer barrel, which is metal. The inner barrel is concealed. It's a 363mm M4 barrel. Made of brass, 6.08 or something like that. And up front we have a aluminum King Arms lightweight 200mm silencer. It's more of a barrel extension than anything. There's no foamer in it or anything like that. I actually had to borrow this off my KWA M4A1 that I reviewed a while ago with the NC Star Red Dot that I got from my friend Cody Noy, my old high school friend. And the rear sight is also metal. So a locking tab right here that holds it in place. Release that, the front sight goes up. You have 2 different sight pictures. One is more like a pistol blade, and you have a little peephole, and this one you have just a regular M4 rear sight. Okay, again, I bought this off good old Craigslist for $80. Say it's a pretty good deal. First day I got it, battery just fell apart. I have the original battery for the gun. Came with an Intellect 9.6 volt battery, but the thing just fell apart in my hands. It was poorly taped together, but it was working before it fell apart. The average FPS for this thing's right around 380 FPS, I want to say. And the gun retails for $220 new. I bought it for $80. So I would say I got a pretty good price out of it. And I had to spend $20 for front sight and then steal a suppressor off one of my other guns. So overall, I think I've got about maybe 40 into the gun. No internal upgrades whatsoever at this point. I do have a few gripes, few complaints about the gun. The motor is not that strong. Pulling an 11.1, get this, I get around 800 rounds per minute. 8 to 850 rounds per minute, which is equivalent to, I want to say about 16 rounds per second. I mean, it's not fast. That's what 11.1 that I put in the buffer tube. So the motor, of course, you know, with these Chinese clones, they're not the best. But what do you expect? And my biggest gripe is the stock. I have to play with this little button at the bottom on so much times, because that's what adjusts the lever at the bottom here. If you loosen this up, you can see. Let me just demonstrate. See how loose that is? I have to keep playing with it to get it tight, but I don't want it too tight, otherwise the stock just falls off. And the stock, compared to, like, I had a GMP crane stock, which is one of the best crane stocks I've ever had. I could see why this is a $20 stock, like right off the bat. I mean, it's okay, it's comfortable, but it could be better. And then the very last thing is the battery space. It doesn't have a removable butt plate like the KWA and the 50 other brand crane stock. You can see the battery space right there. It would just be a bitch to put it in. So what I recommend, if you buy this gun, retails for $220 new off Airsoft GI or evike.com. Anywhere you get it's right around that price. I did do some homework before I bought it. If you want to take a chance, you can use the original battery. It's going to be a very tight squeeze. Or you can go out there, spend some money, get yourself a 7.4 volt Lipo, stick it in the buffer tube, and call it a day. Because in the end, it may cost you some money, but it's going to save you so much space. Because with that 8.4 crane stock battery, it's going to take up so much space, it's going to take way too long to put into the gun. You're probably going to spend all day just trying to figure out how to get that battery in the stock. That's how my Intellect battery broke. The one that came with this gun. It broke because I was trying to put it in the crane stock and then all the wires started snapping off. So, figure it's not worth it. So, excuse me for a minute. So here's my 11.1. It's a King Arms. You can find a 7.4 equivalent to this in a 7.4. Because I'm actually stretching it with the 11.1. I may break something with it. You know, I was just monkeying around, screwing around with the gun. But if you can find a 7.4 in this size, stick it in the buffer tube, call it a day. Save you so much time, so much space, but it will cost money. So that has been the review of the A&K SPC Mod 1 or SPR Mod 1 carbine. Thanks for watching.